What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Friday edition of The Squeeze. I am Tyler Conium, and what better way to follow up a 3-0 start to the week with an 0-3 day yesterday. Back to square one, 0-3 day, man. Kansas City, I just needed them to not be losing after 5 innings. They were down 2-0, ended up winning that baseball game, so that's a bummer. We had Indiana minus 3.5. Phoenix is one of the worst teams in the WNBA by a mile. Phoenix beat them by 22. Indiana scored 63 points in that basketball game. And then we had under in Vegas and New York. And man, New York is far and away the second best team in the WNBA. And the Las Vegas Aces just beat them by 17 points. So if you can still get Vegas to win the title, like anywhere under 150, you might want to take that because they are running away with this WNBA season, man. They are running away. What are you going to do? An 0-3 day. We're down now the juice on the week, so down 0.3 units. So thankfully we got that sweep to start the week. Way it goes, you know. I've said before, there are no such thing as dog days of sports. There kind of are. Like, I'm looking around, like, baseball, like 2 WNBA games, 1 CFL game, a short CFL week. You do have the start to NBA free agency tonight. You've got the start of NHL free agency tomorrow, so that's sort of the exciting stuff in the sports world. But, you know, I'm not betting on where Fred VanVleet's going to sign, even though it looks like it's probably going to be Houston. But, yeah, it is that time of year, so we're just struggling to try to find where there's an edge, where there's a nice trend. So I've got 2 CFL bets today on the Ottawa Redblacks and the Edmonton Elks, and also a WNBA bet. But before I get to those bets, the QR code on the screen, or if you're listening or watching on mobile, the link in the description below. If you hit that link, you can sign up for a new sportsbook. There's like 30 of them on there. You sign up for one of those and make them at least a minimum deposit. You're guaranteed to get the best exclusive offers and the best exclusive bonuses that you're not going to find if you just go to the website and sign up normally, thanks to my partnership with BetStamp and with those books directly. So use the QR code, use the link in the description, sign up for a new sportsbook, make at least a minimum deposit. You can deposit more. You're guaranteed the best exclusive offers and bonuses. Okay, we're going to start with the CFL. We've got a battle of the winless teams. Okay, we've got the Edmonton Elks, who are 0-3. They're at the Ottawa Redblacks, who are 0-2. Ottawa is favored in this football game by 2.5 points, and I don't get that at all. I was going to just bet Edmonton on the money line, but at plus 2.5, you're essentially even money at plus 2.5. Obviously, a field goal is 3. But in the CFL, there's a lot more 1.2 point scoring. I don't mind the 2.5. Might sprinkle a little bit on the money line as well. But I'm going to start with the Edmonton Elks, just plus 2.5 at minus 105. The Redblacks are terrible. When you look at their season so far, again, 0-2. They've lost 19-12 to Montreal, who's also bad. They've lost 26-15 to Calgary, who's also not great. You look at Edmonton, yeah, they're 0-3, but they've moved away from Taylor Cornelius to rookie quarterback Jarrett Doeg. So they did lose last week to the Argos, but they scored a ton of points, finally, behind them. Doeg is going to get the start tonight in Ottawa, and the Redblacks, I think they're going to be, exactly what Edmonton has ordered up here. Ottawa's defense in Week 3 allowed 442 yards to Calgary. That's 8 yards per play. The Redblacks have also surrendered a league-high 300 passing yards per game, and they struggle offensively. They've averaged just 240 yards, only 4.6 yards per play, half of what they give up. I think Edmonton does still have plenty of firepower, and the Redblacks are brutal. Like, I'm just going to fade the Redblacks every single game, and you're getting, essentially even money to take plus 2.5 here. Like, to me, Edmonton should be favored by 4.5 or 5. So if I'm getting plus 2.5, I'll take it. So the Edmonton Elks plus 2.5 for minus 105. That's at Bet365. Also at Bet365, I'm taking the under in this game. It's set at 42.5. Both of these teams Ottawa is 2-0 to the under. Edmonton is 2-1 to the under. I know I said that Edmonton's got plenty of firepower and they might score, but I don't think Ottawa can, man. In their first 2 games, they've scored a combined 27 points, and in those games, they went under twice, both times to the under, one by 12.5 points, one by 2 points. These are unders set at, 43, 43, so similar to what we're getting today. And you look at Edmonton, they had a shootout with the Toronto Argonauts last week. That was a 43-31 final, so they blew way over the total. But previous to that, it was a 22-0 loss to BC, so way under, and then a 17-13 loss to Saskatchewan, also heavily under. Yes, Edmonton is going to be a little bit better with Doeg behind center, but I still don't think you're going to see a barn burner. This definitely still has the feel of 2015, 2014. I think Edmonton wins this game, but I don't think it's going to be by a lot. I don't think either of these teams are that good that they're going to be completely running away with it. So I'll stick with the trends there, and I'm going to say Ottawa and Edmonton go over 42.5. That's minus 110 at Bet365. And in the WNBA, I'm also taking an under as well. I'm taking the under between the Los Angeles Sparks and the Chicago Sky. So coming into this game, very evenly matched. LA 7-8, Chicago is 6-9. Both teams are 9-6 to the under this season, which I like. Again, this total is set at 155.5. The under is 5-0 in the Sparks' last 5 games following a loss. Under is also 5-0 in their last 5 games following an ATS loss. Under is 6-1 in their last 7 overall. And then when you look at Chicago, it's a fairly similar story. Under is 4-0 in their last 4 Friday games. Under is 4-0 in the Sky's last 4 against teams with a losing record. And under is 4-0 in their last 5 following a straight-up win. When you look at when these teams have matched up against each other, 4-0 to the under in their last 4 meetings. And then it's just kind of what's happening lately. So they've played twice this season, twice this month. The first game was 80-63 for Chicago. That game went under by 13.5. Previous to that, it was LA 77 to Chicago 62. That game went under by 20. So both times they've gone significantly under the total. And when you look at LA, they've gone under, they went over, but then way under, under 8 of their last 10, and like by so many points, like under by 35, under by 20, under by 29.5. It's just the way that these two teams play. It's going to be more of a hard-fought battle because they're close. They're very close in the standings, and Chicago's, plays a similar style as well. So I like that game to go under 155 for minus 105. That one is at FanDuel. If you want to grab any of these bets, if you want to be on any of these books, use the QR code or the link in the description below. Sign up at FanDuel. Sign up at Bet365. Make at least a minimum deposit. You're going to get the best exclusive offers and bonuses, which means tons of bonus bets, free plays, all that sort of thing. And you can do all of that there. So as mentioned, my 3 plays for today, I've got the Edmonton Elks plus 2.5. That's minus 105 at Bet365. I've got the Elks and the Redblacks to go under 42.5. That's minus 110 at Bet365. And I've got the Los Angeles Sparks and the Chicago Sky to go under 155.5 for minus 105 at FanDuel. As always, drop a comment if you are fading or following. You can follow me on Twitter at Tyler Conium for possibly more picks, props throughout the day, talking about NBA and NHL free agency most definitely. TikTok and Instagram, I don't know. Do people look at those? I'm not really sure if those are useful tools for what I'm doing. I might be trying to revamp that, but we'll see. But your audio is on Apple and on Spotify. Have a great Friday. Ready for Canada Day weekend, and let's talk sports.